But from seeing how the guys dealt with her, I got the impression that she was in a vulnerable situation. Yeah, I really just don't think she was strong enough to be in that situation. I believe that she was a sweet and gentle flower growing wild.
I don't hear nobody out there. Hold it down.
Not in front of the camera today, guys. I'm not feeling my best today. Okay, every time I look in the mirror, my damn chin just gets longer and longer like some kind of pelican. So, not really feeling pictures lately. I remember going to Chicago to see him. When I got to the room, it was pretty late. Lil Kim and some of his boys were in the room. We all exchanged greetings, but I made it clear that I was tired and wanted some private time with my husband. They all left. While we were in bed that night, the phone rang. I could tell that he was talking to a woman, but I didn't know who. I heard him say something about chilling with my wife for the night. When he hung up, I asked him who it was, and he said it was Kim. I assumed she was calling about the show for the next day or something else business related. There was no reason for me to think otherwise. Over the years, Kim has talked about how she and Big were supposedly childhood sweethearts. Now, hold the fuck on, Kim. You know I am a true Lil Kim fan. Die hard, hardcore. But Lil Kim, if you and Biggie were childhood sweethearts, where the fuck is Jan? Because we know Biggie and Jan were in a relationship for years since they was teenagers. So much has been said about her relationship with my husband. All those years later, people still don't know what to believe. I do know this. When Big and I were together, she played her position in the back, way back. When I came out on tour dates to see him, she either was not around or made herself scarce when I arrived. I knew Big was working on her image and trying to make her marketable. After my tummy tuck, I was still in the gym working out so that my body would be right when it was time for my album to drop. Okay, pause. As I get older, I've talked to you all before about my food addiction, especially when it comes down to sweets and baked goods. I will constantly fight a food addiction. Constantly. I realize that although physically I do not show as a food addict, I am not grossly overweight, but I am still overweight. Relating this to Faith Evans, when she first came out, she really did look big. You know, she looked like she was really big at the top. One of those women, like I said previously, that were shaped like a wisdom tooth. I respect the fact that she openly discusses her weight issues. Thank you. After my tummy tuck, I was still in the gym working out so that my body would be right when it was time for my album to drop. You take Shorty to the gym with you, Big asked me one day. Who, Kim? I asked. Yeah, take her to the gym with you. Show her how to work out. I agreed and let Kim tag along with me the next time I went to the gym. That goddamn Biggie, oh, he is a treacherous thing. How you gonna ask your wife to take your side piece to the gym with her? And Kim is the complete opposite of Faith. Now, I understand that going to the gym doesn't necessarily have to do with weight. It could have to do with stamina. Because you know when the people are on stage, jumping around, moving around, they got to be physically fit in order to sing or rap and perform physically and vocally for like an hour and a half, however long the show lasts. So I respect it. How dare Biggie just say, take somebody to the gym? Bitch, you go to the gym. Anyway, Biggie is who he is. You'll take her to the gym with you. Show her how to work out. I agreed and let Kim tag along with me the next time I went to the gym. I just did the basics on how to use a few of the machines in case she went back on her own. Soon after that, Big gave me another assignment. Where you getting your clothes and stuff from? Misa and Mary put me up on Patricia Field. I told Big it's in Soho. Take Kim with you the next time you go shopping, he said. She needs some help getting her style right. See, I'm going to have a lot of questions along the way in regards to Lil Kim. Like I always say, I might not respond to every comment, but I read every comment. And Yus down in the comment section told me that Lil Kim said that she was around before Faith ever got there. I don't know if that's true. I don't think any of us know if that is true. I can't wait for Lil Kim to come out with her book because I'm sure there will be some kind of conflict between the two books, meaning Faith's book and Lil Kim's book. I just want to know her perspective. She is saying that they were together before Faith. And with that being said, what does that say about Kim's insecurities? I initially put Kim's insecurity on Faith because Biggie chose Faith over her. When Faith came into the picture, he ain't just start doing these things to her, blatantly disrespecting her. He probably been disrespecting her. She was already an insecure person. And Big just exasperated the insecurities when he married Faith, somebody that is completely opposite of her. Most of what I knew about Kim, I picked up from hearing the other guys in Junior Mafia talking about her. They always had something slick to say. I didn't know the deal with her, but from seeing how the guys dealt with her, I got the impression that she was in a vulnerable situation. Yeah, I really just don't think she was strong enough to be in that situation. I believe that she was a sweet and gentle flower growing wild. And them niggas got a hold of her and knew that they can say anything to her, do anything to her, make her into whatever they wanted her to be, and took full advantage, and she was right there with it. Don't get me wrong. Lil Kim, whatever it was that they done to her, she was that bitch. Whatever it was that they molded her to be, she grabbed it and became it and made a whole persona of it. She is the originator. No doubt about it. All these other ladies are wannabes. You hear me? Queen Bee is that bitch. Even if she was manufactured, there's no denying it. Big didn't seem to treat her with the utmost respect either. I remember one afternoon she came by the house and Big wasn't there. He called, and before I could start talking, she made a face and gestured for me to not tell him that she was there. He ended up finding out anyway. Why you got that chick up in the house? Big asked. Why not? Nah, he said. I don't want Shorty in my house ever. Even before we moved to Brooklyn, I noticed that Big was kind of rough and abrasive towards Kim. Okay, trickery. Don't be fooled, Faith, even though I know as a grown woman she know what's up now. But how many times have we messed with them ninjas that try to make us feel like we crazy because we think it's something going on over there? And then how the men back us up off of that situation going on over there is they'll say, oh, she crazy. Don't pay no attention to her. Child, I found out the hard way that the ninja that was telling me that the other lady was crazy, he was telling her that I was crazy. Yeah, I was a bit crazy. Yeah, I was a little off, okay? But that's what they do. They just tell the opposite woman that they are crazy in order to make us feel like we're worried over nothing. And by Biggie saying, don't let her in the house, that's just to throw Faith off the smell of coochie blood. I once heard him screaming on her at his mother's house, although I had no idea why. You think you're special, he screamed. I go get Inga right now, while Kim cried. Big kept yelling at her. We don't need you for this group. Inga would be happy to be down. The Inga he was referring to was a 16-year-old rapper named Foxy Brown, who would go on to be Kim's nemesis. Big girl, Foxy Brown is not thinking about joining Junior Mafia. She over there with the firm getting her coochie ate out by that goddamn Jay-Z. They got her at a wrong time. They got her at a very, very vulnerable time. Man, I'm telling you something, man. Predators, man, they see a weak link and they be like, gotcha! And it's probably jokey to him and Junior Mafia to be able to treat this girl this way. And I'm sure if he was alive now, he would feel so bad about how he treated that girl. And then to think after he died, if what Faith is saying is true, after he died, this girl went on to tattoo Notorious across her stomach. That's how gone she was. Damn, I'm telling you, that's pimp hoe. Pimping and hoeing right there. I remember going to a hotel in Manhattan where Big was staying, and when I got there, Kim was on her way out. She ended up hanging around for a bit longer and getting a ride back to Brooklyn with me. I know you're Big's wife, she said, as I drove us over the Brooklyn Bridge. We're more like brother and sister. Yeah, they brother and sister, all right. Like the flowers in the attic. Yeah, brother and sister that he controls with dick. Like how pimps control hoes. They're hoes with dick. Like, pause. What's her name? Hustle Mom Martina. She said she would rather steal from her Tricks or / John because she wanted to get back home to her man, Kenny Red, and fuck him. She didn't want to give her pussy to them Tricks. You know, and Kenny Red, he didn't care how you got the money. When you come back home, I'm going to reward you with this dick. I just nodded. My Lil Kim bullshit detector was still set to off. It's easy to understand why I couldn't see that Kim wasn't being honest with me. There were too many other signs that Big was beginning to stray. I was suspicious of so many other women that I had no time to give a second thought to what Kim and Big's relationship might be. The first time I caught him cheating happened before the end of 1994. He went out to Chicago for a show, and when he returned, he was acting weird. He kept checking his pager and then trying to be discreet when returning calls. He'd make a call and then go out of his way to keep his side of the conversation brief and vague. I am a super sleuth when it comes to sniffing out infidelity, girl, ain't we all? Next time he got a page and then went to the phone, I made sure I was close by when he was done. He left soon after and I picked up the receiver and hit redial. It was some chick in Chicago. Who the fuck is this? I asked. She told me her name and that she had met Big at a show. So why are you calling him now? Because now I'm pregnant.
Hey, do my favorite go-go song. Taking a ride on the east side. Made a left on MLK. What a beautiful day, what a beautiful day. Riding high on the west side. Looking for a hood rat to play. Won't you come out and play? Won't you come out and play? Hey, taking a ride. Hey, hey, on the south side. Ooh, ooh. Let me